I thought it was very productive. I enjoy visiting with members of the legislature of both parties in both houses, and we really hadn't had a visit with our senators in some time, and I look forward to keep continuing to do it.
Did they tell you to back off some of the social service cuts that you want to make in this budget and the next?
Well, it's a balancing process. We have a lump sum budget. We just got a lump sum of money, and we have to allocate that to the needs of the people, education and public safety, taking care of health care needs of millions of people, and then we also have to take care of our human services. So what we did last week is we were able to rebalance, and I told everybody it'll probably be a weekly exercise as we go through the rest of this fiscal year to make sure we have adequate investment in everything that's important, though there will be economies. That's just the way it is. When you have less money to spend, you can't just spend like you did in the past.
Where are we on the death penalty ban legislation now?
Well, I've heard from many people of good faith and good conscience on both sides of the issue, and I've tried to be very meticulous at writing down notes and studying those notes. People have sent books and emails. They've really spoken from the heart. I've been very proud of the people of Illinois. The debate in the General Assembly on this issue was very elevated and inspired, I thought. People spoke from their heart. And I think the people of our state back home are doing the same thing. So I think the governor should really listen and review and reflect. And we're coming to a point in time that a decision will be made, and I will speak to the people about it.
What will you do with the 15 on death row?
That'll be part of our discussion.
Part of your discussion when you make the decision?
Yeah, you have to deal with that.
Them.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, guys.
What's up with the? Did you get a chance to examine the pension analysis that the Senate President's team put together? They all said that you can't do anything with current employees, basically.
I haven't read that yet. I heard about it this morning, and I just haven't read the law review article or treatise. Anxious to look at it. I think we should look at pension reform where possible and constitutional. The retiree health care, we obviously want to make sure we have a fair system, but a system that's affordable. Work comp, we're working on workman's comp right now feverishly. And so those are issues that I think we can address and have some accomplishments. But the bottom line for our state, to be a good state, is economic growth. I was just in Washington with the other governors. Our state of Illinois was fourth in the nation at job creation. Just today or yesterday, we got a salute that we're one of the very best places in America to cite a business. And that's because businesses like Ford and Chrysler, Navistar, Boeing have expanded in Illinois, and having jobs is one of the very best ways to deal with a budget deficit and having a strong economy. So that is my number one priority every day I get up in the morning is what can we do to make Illinois a state that has good jobs, middle-class jobs for hardworking people?
What was the point you made on the budget in there? I mean, there had to be give and take.
Well, everybody wants to invest in important things like education. Jobs follow brain power. We have to be a state that out-educates the nation. And our nation, we want to out-educate the world. So having smart people, there's no substitute for that. About 1 million people in Illinois go to community college. Their average age is 31 years old. And these men and women oftentimes are coming back to school to get retraining or a new skill so they can get a good job and maintain their job. So I really want to invest in the people of Illinois, so education it always is on the top of my list. And also we want to outbuild the rest of the country and outbuild the world. I spoke to the president, and he said the same thing I did to some of our Republican governors. We've got to really have a building agenda in America to rebuild our roads and our highways, our bridges, our water systems, our rail systems, make sure that we build schools and university buildings that are top-notch for the 21st century. So I know the president is very anxious to out-educate, out-innovate, and out-build the rest of the world, and I'm on that program.
Speaking of
Guys, we
education,
gotta wrap it up
what
soon.
is going on with these school consolidation plans?
I think we're going to make some progress on that. We're talking about school districts,
Right.
not schools. If your team, your mascot is up in Freeport, you get the pretzels there, and you got the wooden shoes in Teutopolis. And my kids went to a school, they were the Spartans. They're all going to be the same schools. It's just that we need so much of a layer of administration. These school districts that we have in Illinois, about 800, that's far more than most states have that are half our size. And I think we need to reduce the number of school districts. I think I saw somewhere where there are 270 some school superintendents that make more money than the governor. Well, I'm not sure we need so many of them. Some of these school superintendents are supervising one school.
Looking for a
You know,
raise here.
no, I'm not. I think we need to save $100 million for teaching children and students by having less administrators. So Sheila Simon, our lieutenant governor, is going to be working on this issue. She volunteered to do that. She's from downstate Illinois, and I think is sensitive to the importance of maintaining our schools, but not necessarily having more school districts you can shake a stick
So
at.
like Chatham and Springfield could be in one district under your eye.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you have a grammar school district, a high school district in the same place. You have all these buildings, all these administrators, all these folks who work for the administrators. We don't need as many folks at the top level. We need folks on the front line in the teaching and imparting knowledge and making sure our kids get 21st century education.
How do you manage that with cuts to school transportation, though?
Well, I mean, there are economies. We are investing in the education process and putting a little more money into that, and I think that's the most important thing that we can do to help education in Illinois.
Okay, guys, we got to
Do you
get
think
good going.
with that new estimate of $1 billion more, you'll have more flexibility here? Or
We'll see on that. I think that the good thing I saw of that estimate is we are coming out of recession. I know we still have a long way to go. We have an unemployment rate that we have to knock down, and we do that with jobs. But I'm really optimistic. We're going to grow our exports in Illinois. We had a 20% increase in exports from our businesses to the whole world, from our farmers to feed the whole world. And I think we can continue that this year with more companies coming to Illinois, locating in Illinois. I happened to see that fella from New Jersey, the governor there, and his state lost more jobs than any state in the union. We are fourth in job creation. So let's come to Illinois and grow your company and don't listen to a lot of political eyewash.
Okay.